Are you ready?
A Shot of Wrestling, episode 336. And away we go.
Break your damn shot, boy. Is that the best that you got? We about to go live. Are you ready to rock? So take a shot. Oh, so take a shot. Oh, yeah. I'm a street breaker. I'm a heartbreaker. This is my dawn. I'm a mold raiser. Rick Flair, Nature Boy, about to seek and destroy. It's an SOW. Let me hear you make noise. Take a shot, boy. Is that the best that you got? We about to go live. Are you ready to rock? So take a shot.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of A Shot of Wrestling. Season 8 premiere, by the way, I just realized earlier today. I'm your host, @MugJeffBuddy, joined, as always, for another action-packed season, Mr. Marcus Davenport Schwann the third. How you doing, buddy? Fresh new season.
What is going on?
Let's
go. Dude, fresh new season. Oh, dude, you're amped. Is it because the Miami Dolphins won last week? Is that why? I see you're rocking the jersey.
A friend of mine mentioned this last year, and then Tua got hurt. We know what happened last year. And he said he's so happy for me as a lifelong Dolphins fan because I very rare that I got to see, and I love this phrase that he used, Dolphins had a high-octane offense. And that was on full
Very high-octane offense.
That was full display against the Chargers. I mean, this week we have the Patriots, as you're listening to this probably. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, but that was what a game. Oh, man, I'm riding on cloud 9. That doesn't compare to the roller coaster of emotions you felt Monday night. Season opener.
Oh man. Yeah. 4 plays in, we lose
the 4.5 minutes.
we lose our starting quarterback. We lose Aaron Rodgers for the season. Did not look good. I was surprised that it was an Achilles heel injury.
The what?
Achilles heel. That's what it is.
Sounded weird.
Yeah, it did sound weird, right? I caught myself as I said it. But anywho, the fact that we lost a second quarterback to an Achilles injury with Vinny Testaverde was the first one back in 1999. And it turns out Vinny Testaverde was in the building as an honorary captain on Monday night.
Okay.
What are the chances? The man's a jinx. Get him out. No more Vinny T. All due respect. But yes, the Jets season is done. Even though we won against the Bills, it is over. There is no hope for the Jets. We are cursed. It is over. I'm just going to stick to fantasy football and sports betting from here on out.
Why are you throwing it in? You guys won. I mean, you guys didn't really win. The Bills lost, but you still won.
Right.
You still won.
Right. You just said it. Yeah. We're going to be 1-16.
Zach Wilson didn't look bad. Zach Wilson wasn't bad.
He was bad.
He was bad. He wasn't better than last year.
Dude, he was bad. He threw a pick right to the guy, and that throw to Garrett Wilson was a bad throw. That was all Garrett Wilson, man. That dude is elite.
But then you also didn't want Aaron Rodgers either. You hate Aaron Rodgers with a passion. Your blood boils when you think about him.
I don't like him as a human being, no. But he is a great quarterback. There's no denying that. I can separate the two. No problem there. He is far better quarterback than Zach Wilson, who I am not a fan of at the quarterback helm. He is not.
Who are you a fan of? You don't like Aaron Rodgers? You don't like Zach Wilson?
I love Patrick Mahomes. I love Kirk Cousins.
They're on the Jets.
Tua, I'm a fan of. Justin Herbert.
No, you're not. I've never heard you say one good thing about Tua.
Tua, the concern is if he could stay healthy. When he's healthy, the dude's amazing. So
I saw a video a couple weeks ago. I'm not sure I told you about this, but some guy bet a $4 bet if he picks all the division winners, and he, for some reason, wins $10,000. Mm-hmm. So I told a friend of mine about it. He placed that bet, $10, and he could win, I think, almost like $6,000.
Okay.
So then he made another one with me in it, but now we're like $20. So I have a chance of winning like almost $6,000 myself.
There you go.
So now I got like skin in the game, and it's official now, folks. This episode has lasted longer than Aaron Rodgers' Jets career. But yeah, it's so looking forward to this season, man. Should be a lot of ups, a lot of downs. As long as Tua can stay healthy, I'm going to be golden. Plus, last year a friend was able to give me his red zone.
Oh, that's awesome. That's a game changer.
So for the first time, well, his friends. So I was able to watch the Dolphins game whenever they were boxed in.
Which should be a lot of times during the season. As you said, high-octane offense.
So I asked
Tyreek Hill alone, the fastest wide receiver in the world.
I asked him this year, like before the season started, like, Are we going to get Red Zone again? What's the plan here? I'll get back to you. So that Saturday before kickoff, he goes, "What? Do you have a Gmail account?" I'm like, "Yeah." "Give it to me." Next thing I know, I get an email. Now I'm in a group. It's me, my friend, and his friend. All three of us. So now I can log into YouTube and watch the games.
Oh, amazing.
Not only did he get Red Zone, he got NFL Sunday Ticket.
Oh, wow.
So I didn't realize that until after the halftime. So I got the Red Zone on my TV. I'm watching the Dolphins game strictly on my tablet. This is going to be a fantastic season as long as we stay healthy. No one pops their Achilles. That's how you say it, not pronounce it.
What did I say?
Not that.
Achilles.
Okay.
We got to play it back later.
Marcus, just try to alleviate, just change the subject, pivot, if you will. What was trending this week?
All right, buddy. So lots of news happened this week, man. Let's start off with this one. WrestleFeatures at WrestleFeatures. Edge has been removed from WWE's internal roster. There is a belief within certain circles that he may be AEW bound. That's according to PWI Insider. Buddy, we've talked about this off the air before, and I never want to bring up because there was rumors about this, and I thought they were just rumors, but here we are. Is Edge really AEW bound?
Who knows? I don't understand why he would want to. Apparently, there was rumors that he was very close before he came back to WWE. Okay. I would love to see him reunited with Edge. Christian. Okay, there's a couple of fanny dream matches, promo offs with him and MJF. A lot of possibilities are there. Will he? I just don't actually see it happening. But I just said, 3 weeks ago, I didn't see Becky Lynch winning the NXT Women's Championship either, so I'm a little fuzzy. One of the things we did mention off air was like that video he released. You said he had a contract waiting in his inbox. Doesn't necessarily mean he's going to sign it. So is this a possibility? Man, after this week, anything's possible. Yeah,
I mean, there's just so much news that we have to dive into that's going on here about, people jumping ship, et cetera, that it's just, it's overwhelming right now to go over, especially that we also have the merger that just happened as well. Yep. Lots going on. And then all of a sudden, boom, this comes out. And it's like, it baffles me, man, because I thought it was just pure speculation. I thought it was just pure rumors. We saw that video, as you said, and Edge seemed like he was content. He seemed he was happy with the way how things went down with his last appearance on SmackDown against Sheamus in front of his home crowd in Toronto. He had a huge ovation, and he felt like at that moment, nothing can top that. That would take a lot. It would have to be something very meaningful for him to come back, right? Like he went out on his own terms,
yep.
Which is something that was eating him for how long? How many years?
9.
Almost a decade.
Almost, yep.
So, it was the perfect moment for him. It's kind of, I feel like I'm going back to the well here, the Tom Brady reference. It's just like, I don't get when athletes, they have that all-time moment, right? They're the proper walk off to the sunset moment here to want to come back and spoil that moment. Tom Brady had an awesome opportunity years ago with the Patriots to walk off the sunset and to retire after winning the Super Bowl. Then he decides to go to Tampa Bay, win Super Bowl there. Okay, great. Now you're officially the GOAT. You did it on another team. We know the answer now. It was you. Nope, decides to come back. That's what this would remind me of. If Edge comes back, but then goes to AEW, and AEW, it's kind of murky waters. There's just a lot of stuff going on there. It's nothing to do with the talent. It's just so much talent with such little TV time. Would he get the proper send-off there? Is that how people want to remember him? Is that how he wants to be remembered? Because he's not going to be Edge. He's going to be Adam Copeland.
A little contradictory there. So going back to your Tom Brady reference, you said it'd be perfect. Tom Brady wins the Super Bowl, rides off in the sunset with the Patriots, pin on that career. That's where we are right now with Edge. Yet he walked out on his own terms. He ended the career the way he wanted it to, in front of his hometown, one of his closest personal friends with fucking Sheamus for some reason. So now is this Tom Brady going to Tampa Bay? Maybe he goes to AEW. Maybe he does get a little booster shot and is able to tear it down. I don't see him winning a championship there, or not, at least not the championship. Maybe a TNT or something, or a tag team with somebody. So there's going to be Edge and Christian versus the Hardys because they love nostalgia over there. So maybe is this Tom Brady coming back for year 2 with Tampa Bay, or is this Tom Brady going to Tampa Bay to win a Super Bowl?
Well, the thing is, how often does lightning strike, and how often does it strike twice? That's basically what you're asking for, is the lightning strike twice, and that doesn't necessarily happen to everyone. to think about it, in sports, it really only happened to Tom Brady. You know, when Michael Jordan went to the Wizards, did he win over there? No.
Also happened to the Jets with Vinny Testaverde and Aaron Rodgers. So happened to the Jets as well.
Not in the mood. Hey, like I'm just saying, you know, like, and it's how much more perfect could it get for Edge? I guess then to, like, you know, I guess Ride for the Sunset with Christian,
or last match
maybe
against Christian. You guys are kids, preteens, dream of being wrestling together. You can accomplish that goal. How do you send off? How about my last match against my actual real best friend, Christian?
So then, how long is he signing for? Like, you know, he's not signing for a month.
No,
you know,
would it be like a year, maybe, but part time that you see him every other couple, because they don't do pay-per-views every month yet.
No. Yeah, big yet.
Another thing I heard today, this week, but I still don't see it happening, but I've been wrong before.
I mean, usually when there's smoke, there's fire, right? So this is something that we'll continue to watch and to see if this actually does happen. You know, I mean, I don't know. Would it even hit the same? I mean, like, he wouldn't have the same music.
I was just thinking that what songs would come out to?
Right.
Yeah.
Like, it's just going to be kind of like, I don't know. I mean, if anyone could do it, it is Adam.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, he is a creative, I would dare say, a creative genius. Like, the man knows what he's doing. It's just such an uphill battle, man. Like, why now? Why do that now? That's what I don't get.
Yeah, I don't get it either. I was surprised to hear about this coming back into the news this week, because I thought it was a done deal. Like, all right, we're forgetting about it. News cycle's passed, but now it's back. So if it happens, good for AEW. If it doesn't, good for Edge.
Right. Some may say, I mean, like, it might be a better locker room leadership from, like, CM Punk leaving to Edge coming in. Could be. Lots of things to think about.
Yeah, but we're just Edge is not going to be there week in and week out. He's not going to be there every week on TV.
Right. I mean, that's, yeah. I don't really get this one. Let's move on here. Let's go into Jade Cargill making some huge news here. Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful.com at Sean Ross Sapp. Jade Cargill is believed to be finishing up with AEW. Sources within the company tell Fightful Select. Sources within the AEW and WWE both believe she's headed to WWE. Buddy, this is groundbreaking news, I think. I think this would be a huge get for WWE. But can Jade Cargill be the top star at WWE? Your thoughts?
Plus, where did this come from? You put a gun to my head, playing Russian roulette. You tell me pick one member of the AEW roster that's going to jump ship to WWE. This is on the bottom of the list. What's going on here? It's very surprising this came out of nowhere, but like you just said, where's the smoke, there's fire. This could be happening. I believe she can be, yeah, absolutely. The main event field is kind of crowded right now, hence why Becky Lynch is down NXT champion. But can she? She's giving that Cody Rhodes treatment, that package, the star, like, booster to the moon. Everyone knows who she is. Who else in the AEW women's locker room is walking red carpets? Who's doing photo shoots? How many of them are doing endorsement deals? I don't see much. All I see is her posting all this stuff. Huge loss for AEW. I'm surprised they're letting her go through, but huge get for WWE. If they package her right, I definitely think she could be up there with the Charlotte Flairs and the Becky Lynch's pretty quickly, too. And the Rhea Ripley's. Rhea Ripley, sign me up, WrestleMania 41.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I mean, every match that you just put out there, sign me up, for sure.
But
this is just, what is AEW doing if that's the case?
No.
Like, is Jade Cargill asking for so much money? Then does that mean Tony Khan doesn't have much as he thinks he has? Like,
there was the report came out today that it has nothing to do with money.
Nothing to do with money, then.
Because she's fine. She's fine. Her boyfriend / fiance / husband is a baseball star, so this is not anything to do with money. It could be with what I always keep saying for the last now 8 seasons. You nobody until you step foot in the WWE ring. Maybe she wants to see if she can test her waters on the big stage. Maybe she feels like a big fish in a small pond here. Maybe she's outgrown.
That's always going to be the knock on AEW then. Because, all right, so if you think about this is their second big free agent that they lost.
Yep.
Right? Cody Rhodes left. Their EVP left, for God's sake. I mean, like, that was huge. And then, yeah, of course. What did I say about that? You know, Cody Rhodes, what they do with him is going to matter because you have big contracts coming up in AEW, and a lot of people are going to be watching this. And Cody Rhodes was treated very well coming to WWE on his return. So, of course, like, Jade Cargill, you know, you might be right. You might be onto something. Like, you know, like, You're not somebody until you step foot in the WWE ring. And Jade Cargill, she has potential to be the biggest star in WWE. I would dare say she's the biggest star in AEW, period. Well, let's set aside, in the women's division, the whole shebang, the whole AEW. Yes, they have MJF there, but, is MJF doing anything that you just talked about what Jade Cargill has done? No. So Jade Cargill is arguably their biggest star, their biggest asset. And for her to go into WWE, dude, that stock's going to go skyrocket up. She could beat out Charlotte Flair. She could beat out Becky Lynch. She could beat out Bianca Belair. She could beat out Rhea Ripley. She could be the top star in WWE.
Now this is the real litmus test. I'm talking about with Cody Rhodes, how they treat Cody Rhodes coming back is going to be kind of the gateway bridge between people coming from AEW to WWE. But it's Cody Rhodes. You can't fuck up Cody Rhodes. He's a WWE guy anyway. Now, this is the real first AEW homegrown talent coming over, jumping ship. This is going to be a huge litmus test, how they package her, how they treat her, how they push her, how they use her. So I'm curious to see how the future holds for Jade Cargill, or probably, Jade? Just Jade?
Yeah, that was going to be my next question. I'm glad you brought that up. So are they going to keep her name? Or are they going to call her something completely different? You could call it just Jade? What do you think is going to happen here, especially under this new leadership of Endeavor?
Off the bat, the first thing I thought it would just be just Jade. Like Cher. She don't need no last name now.
That's her name, just Jade? Fully just Jade? Or
no,
Jade?
It would just be Jade, the one word, the color.
Okay.
Christian left WWE. He went to TNA. He decided to just add Cage to the end of his name. So we'd have to do that in reverse and just drop Cargill. Unless she maybe owns that name or they're licensing the rights to that name. Who knows? But it's probably just going to be Jade. Unless they get her full name. I believe that is her full name, her real name, isn't it?
Is it? Now I feel like I need to look it up because I feel like she is a smart businesswoman as well.
Oh, absolutely.
I wouldn't be surprised if, even if this isn't her real name, that if this is her real name. Jade Cargill is her real name.
So I think then she has every right to use it.
Oh, and why? If you're WWE, why wouldn't you use it?
Absolutely.
Just continue using what you have. Don't put ego into play here. Don't be so, oh no, we're gonna make you the Silver Fox. Yeah.
Or Storm.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
Also,
Jade Cargill.
I just talked about it. We talked about it with Cody Rhodes. We just talked about it now with Jade Cargill. It's a huge litmus test for the AEW locker room to see how they would be treated jumping ship.
Right.
But this is also a huge test for WWE themselves to get a homegrown talent from AEW. How does the WWE universe react to her?
And TikTok 2024 is right around the corner. Whose contract is coming up that we'll be watching? MJF.
Was it the Money War of 2024? I still don't see him leaving.
Right.
I don't see him leaving at all. But
all right,
we'll see.
Putty, you just said it before though. You're not somebody until you step foot in the WWE ring. If he sees what Cody Rhodes doing,
the promos. I don't see you giving him a script.
Who says he's going to get a script?
We'll see. It's a whole new era, so I don't even know what's going on.
I mean, dude, that would be a huge loss for AEW to lose Cody, Jade, and then MJF. Mm-hmm. Then what?
You tell me, boss. You're the one starting to a little sour on them, so you tell me.
Wow.
I see the flag you're always waving on the ground over there, and I don't know what's going on.
It's not a good look. It's not a good look. I'll say that, but let's move on, Putty. We have a lot to talk about here. Moving on to the PWI 500. The list came out. Always a lot of controversy around it when it comes out. WrestleOps brings it to you at WrestleOps. WWE World Heavyweight Champion Seth Rollins officially tops this year's PWI 500. Here's the full top 10. Starting one, going down. Number one, Seth Rollins. Number two, Roman Reigns. That's what they did. That's what they did.
No one does it.
Yeah, so I'm reading. Okay, you want me to read it backwards? I'll read it backwards.
Too late now. You already said number one. So.
No, well, you already interrupted me. So let's roll it in reverse. 10, Cody Rhodes. 9, Josh Alexander. 8, Orange Cassidy. 7, Kazuchika Okada. 6, MJF. 5, Viking 4, Gunther. 3, Jon Moxley. 2, Roman Reigns. 1, Seth Rollins. So the Shield rounds out 1, 2, 3 spots. Putty, did the PWI get it right, naming Seth Rollins number 1?
Yes, absolutely. Not even close.
Wow.
Not even close.
Okay. Talk about it, man. Why?
Who else is number 1?
Who else?
Who else would you put number one following the year we've had? Again, we talked about it last year. When was Roman Reigns, Kenny Omega? I don't know the calendar. Is it from January to December? Is it from September to September? September to August? I'm not sure what the calendar they're encapsulating is. But I can't think of anybody off the hand who's been more dominant right now than Seth Rollins on a consistent basis.
Yeah, I mean, I hear what you say. I mean, Seth Rollins is, I think, the modern day Shawn Michaels, right? It's just the body of work that he puts in that ring, the character work that he does. I mean, like,
back problems.
The back problems. That's a good point. But yet also they have the same problem, right? When they carry the strap, people don't seem as interested, right? That was the problem with Shawn Michaels in the 90s. I think people have been clamoring for Seth Rollins to drop the strap, especially Nakamura, this past rivalry that they've had. The chatter's getting loud, at least in the Twitterscape. See, who I personally thought should be number one, who I would have liked to see number one, was Cody Rhodes. I think Cody Rhodes has had a hell of a year, man, especially coming back from his injury. And it's been on a tear, dude. Like, yeah, I know he lost a big match to Roman Reigns, but man, what a story that was told. And, you know, he went right into a hell of a feud with Brock Lesnar. Like, Cody Rhodes, we're invested in his story, even still. You know, we'll be talking about it later on in the episode here, more about Cody Rhodes. But, like, you know, we all want to see him finish the story, right? And to see how he's going to get back to that. And, like, the body of work that he does, man, in that ring, like, there's no denying he is that guy. He is him.
I was going to ask you, does his pectoral injury hurt him because he missed some time? But then you guys, it was only like 3 months, right?
Right. So then when you brought up the time frame here, then I started thinking, okay, well, that's probably why Cody Rhodes got knocked down a few pegs. Why he's not number one? Because, like, I think they start from last season. It doesn't start in 2023. It starts like some point in 2022, right?
I honestly don't know. I was asking. So much. This came out in September, so is it September to August?
I'm pretty sure. That's kind of like how it works, like something like that. Yeah.
If you know, please add us at A Shot of Wrestling or inbox at shotofwrestling.com. Please let us know. I honestly do not know.
So how do you feel, though, about, like, the Shield, though, rounding up the top three there, man? I mean, like,
I think we talked about it like last week when we hung out off the air. It was like, John Moxley number 3. I do not get it all. I'm not a John Moxley guy. I don't get why he's number 3. I was watching one of his matches here in Dynamite last week. I forgot who he was going against offhand. But I had to go brush my teeth because I was going out. And I'm like, watch, by the time I get back, he's probably all bloody. He was. So I just don't get him. I'm on the hype around him. He's a good wrestler. He's great. But he's number 3? Over Gunther? Over my man Josh Alexander?
Man, props. You see an Impact guy in there, right?
About time, man. And
Josh Alexander, hell of a wrestler.
Also going back to the Cody Rhodes thing, he lost a big chunk of time because of an injury. He just came back like a month or two ago. So, number 9, I would pump Orange Cassidy, number 8. I'll give it to you because of his title defenses. He's on a consistent weekly basis. He's defending the title, so okay. But props to the Shield, though, number 3. Another notch on their column for being a dominant, one of the best factions of all time.
Probably one of the most important debuts in wrestling history, or modern wrestling history, at least. Because just look at what those 3 have done in this business. There's no denying how great they are. Like, definitely Hall of Famers, for sure. So kudos to them, man. And, like, yeah, I mean, I also want to give some shout-outs here. I mean, Darius Carter, comment to 144. Nice. Jay Bougie, 368. Ruthless Lala made it on there for the first time, which I love to see. So,
do you? Because you stabbed her in the back.
Oh, stop.
You severed that friendship. She doesn't want to talk to you. She's not returning your phone calls. She's not returning texts, right?
Dude, I can show you. I messaged her before congratulating her, dude.
Okay.
Stop.
All right.
Stop.
Okay.
Stop your nonsense. We can separate the business and the friendship, man. That's what real friends do.
Sure. Okay.
But yeah, shout out to them. Let's move on here, Putty, to, well, it's a little bit of TV and a little bit of news. The Rock made headlines on Friday here, not just on SmackDown, but also making an appearance on the Pat McAfee show, Pro Wrestling Finesse at Pro W Finesse. The Rock is open to competing at WrestleMania 40 against Roman Reigns. Cody Rhodes is never going to finish the story. And that's a good point here. Roman Reigns on Pat McAfee did say about WrestleMania 39 that it was pretty much a deal. It was locked in. Him versus Roman Reigns was going to happen. Then they just couldn't figure out the details there. Didn't happen, but it seems like very open for WrestleMania 40 to happen. Putty, like, does Cody Rhodes get the shaft here? Like, who do you think deserves the match more? Who should get this match with Roman Reigns? The Rock or Cody Rhodes?
Probably The Rock, right? WrestleMania 40. You're one of the biggest stars of all time going against the biggest star in the industry right now. This was going to happen last year. It's not. It didn't happen. It fell through. So now here at WrestleMania 40. Okay. I'm in. I want to see this. Let's do this. The Rock, absolutely. Does Cody have to win it at WrestleMania? I don't think so. I don't think it has anything to do with his story at WrestleMania. Nothing about his story that he told about his father and the championship. None of it mentioned WrestleMania. Maybe that could be SummerSlam. Because they're pushing SummerSlam to be huge now. Now it's in stadiums as well. I have no problem with Cody Rhodes winning at SummerSlam.
I mean, WrestleMania 40, right? That's a big deal. And it doesn't get bigger than a Rock.
In Philly?
Right? Yeah, well, hey. Yeah, I know. Anywho, but, okay. The Rock said this about why it didn't happen at WrestleMania 39, because, he doesn't want to just be like a one-and-done match, because that can happen anytime. Yes, it will be a big match. It will be a big deal. But, he wants to be meaningful. He wants to be like a ripple effect afterwards. He wants there to be a good reason why. He wants something unprecedented was the word he used, yep. Right?
Not good, not great, but unprecedented.
Right. And WrestleMania 40, I mean, that's a great way to do it. We all thought WrestleMania 39, SoFi Stadium,
Hollywood,
big stadium, yada, yada. That might make sense. But yeah, WrestleMania 40, that might make more sense. But what would that be, though? If they couldn't figure out WrestleMania 39, what unprecedented moment to be, like, Rock's not getting younger. Yeah, he looked great on SmackDown.
Oh, yeah.
The dude has not lost a step, right? Between the promos, dude's jacked. Hit that people's elbow, no problem. Can clear to go still. But that was a segment. Can he go a full match? The main event? I don't know, man. What do you think? Like, what do you think? Unprecedented. What would that mean here?
I have zero doubts that he can go a full match. Absolutely not. Especially since we're only still several months out, till next year. I don't see it happening. By the way, I don't see this match happening at WrestleMania 40. It didn't happen last year. I don't see it happening unless they can somehow, because I had a year and a half to figure it out. This is 2022, but they couldn't figure it out. So I don't see it happening. I would like to see The Rock versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 40. I would. But what's that thing? What's unprecedented?
Yeah,
what's that hook? I don't see it happening, so I think it's going to be Cody Rhodes or Roman Reigns.
That's a great point, because I guess you saw the interview too. Like, he said in 2022 was when they had this thing locked in, and they couldn't figure it out.
I believe it was January, like early 2022, like over a year.
Yeah, so. Right, exactly. So, like, I don't know, man. I mean, I guess that means like they have 2 years to figure it out. Something. I don't. But yeah, I mean, Cody Rhodes, finish the goddamn story, please. Yeah. Finish the story. Let the man have his moment. Let us all have our moment. Like, people are getting tired of this, of Roman Reigns having the championship. Right? They're starting to turn on it.
They should. He's a bad guy. They should.
Right. But like, I think it's just different because, he's not there as much, et cetera, et cetera.
He's not defending it.
The storyline's going to get played out. Right. So, I mean, then again, like, how often did Bruno Sammartino defend his championship, though?
I think quite often.
I don't think it was that often.
I thought there was no TV then. There wasn't big TV, so he was like wrestling the circuit. I think he had to defend it all in this city and that city and this city so everyone could see it because they didn't see it on TV. Mm-hmm. I could be wrong. I don't know too much of it offhand. It's been a while since I read about it, but I don't know. Either way, I think we're going to win. So,
I mean, yeah, I think it's all about telling the right story here. I mean, Cody Rhodes, it can't be the same old. Like, he can't win the Rumble and then go back at it again. Like, I think that would kind of be like, wah, wah. Mm-hmm. I'm very curious if it is Cody Rhodes to see how he gets back up there. And I think that's what keeps us invested in Cody Rhodes, as I mentioned earlier with talking about Jade Cargill coming to WWE. But hell, man, I mean, The Rock, I think you'd be lying if you said you weren't intrigued. If anyone says, no, it should be Cody Rhodes, screw The Rock, he had his moment. Like, no, you're lying.
Yep.
You're lying. Because, Your ass going to want to be there in Philly to see that matchup, a once-in-a-lifetime event. But, Putty, that's all I have here for the news, my man.
Busy week. We didn't even talk about the TKO taking over. Wow. But speaking of that, let's get into some TV.
It's time for this week's TV Takedown.
Marcus, what was trending in TV this week?
All right, Putty, let's start off with Monday Night Raw. My man, Twitter was roaring, or X, if you want to call it that, was roaring about this one.
I don't.
Nia Jax made her return. Just Alex Central. Nia Jax is back, and they're setting her up as a new challenger for Rhea Ripley. Who asked for this? Why would you ask for this? Have you all lost your mind? That's it. I'm tweeting my displeasure. Lots of tweets going on like that, buddy. Lots of tweets going on there like that. I thought Nia Jax looked good there. I thought it was a strong showing for her. But, buddy, it looks like Nia Jax is going to set up for an angle here with Rhea Ripley. Can Nia Jax prove her naysayers wrong? Your thoughts?
No. We talked about it.
Wow.
I forgot what topic we were talking about it, but no matter what you do, haters are going to hate. Her naysayers are going to not give her flowers, not give her the respect she deserves. They're going to hate on her because people enjoy hating on her for some weird reason. So she could be the safest, cleanest, smoothest technician in the world. Just Alex will still hate her. So it's a lost cause. I think she needs to do what she's doing. And I'm sure she doesn't need to hear this from me, but ignore these naysayers and just do what she's doing. Welcome back. I'm happy to see her back. I'm a Nia Jax fan. I love Nia Jax. I'm hoping to see.
Right.
She didn't come back as Nia Jax. She's probably came back, improved. We saw her videos online. She's training, putting the work in, working out with Apollo Crews, Moose. She's been in the ring training. She's not getting worse. So
no, she did appear to get better.
Yeah.
I love her. I love the new finisher, the bonsai drop for her. Like, as a salute to Yokozuna. Hell of a bonsai drop. Holy shit.
Yeah, that looked like it hurt. It seemed like either her feet gave way or she did that on purpose. I'm not sure, but that looked like
it looked good, man. And then I loved the little slap to Rhea Ripley's face afterwards. Dug it. I dug it. Like, she definitely let out some curse bombs out there. They bleeped her out. I understand, she had that label, the Bret Hart label of being unsafe, right? And yeah, I mean, there have been quite a few moments where people pointed out, like, hey, she's not a safe worker. All right, fine. I mean, that was how long ago now? I think we can let things go a bit now. I mean, like, it looks like she's improved. It looks like she's hit the proper training. I know people have not been a fan of her mic work. Was that really her, or is that creative giving her a script? Maybe she can't really read a script that well. Some people go better off the fly. I mean, we've seen her in Total Divas before. She could talk her shit.
Yeah.
I think the one way she could prove her naysayers wrong, that could make all those voices disappear, right? Let her be her. Let Nia Jax be her. Don't let her be anything else. Don't try to mold her into your vision, your creative vision. Don't force her to be something that she's not. I've said the same thing about Ronda Rousey before, but the same thing was also said about Roman Reigns. And what better way to get Nia Jax to rub, to put her in such an elite level, put her with a bloodline.
2.0, right?
I think you'll hear a lot of those whispers and those voices start coming down. Because, of course, when she's working with her cousin, working with someone like Roman Reigns, working with someone like Paul Heyman, it's only going to elevate her. You see what the rub has done for Jey Uso, like main event Jey. Like, WWE's been talking about how they're enjoying Jey Uso's main event Jey's run right now as a single competitor. Like, just having that rub from Roman Reigns, just learning the process of being under his tutelage, working with a badass faction like that, especially as the only woman in that faction, to compete against the Judgment Day. I mean, like, that would do so much for her career. And it just makes sense.
And plus, you don't see many surprises in wrestling anymore. Like, I was surprised. I didn't hear anything about Nia Jax coming back. I didn't hear anything about her being backstage. So props to them for pulling this off. I was like, wow, you got me. I'm not surprised. But I was surprised Monday night, so props to them. The last Raw in the McMahon era went out with a bang. What a way to go out. The returning Nia Jax.
More to come with that, I am sure. Moving on, Putty, to NXT. Also, and with a bang here, Becky Lynch is your new NXT Women's Champion. Something you did not see coming, Putty.
Yeah, great.
But it was a hell of a match lots of people, lots of conflicting opinions here about Tiffany Stratton. Humble Wrestling at Wrestling Humble tweets this. There were a lot of new viewers that tuned into NXT for the first time or after a long time tonight, and they saw this new talent, Tiffany Stratton, having that performance against Becky Lynch of all people. That's how you make fans. She's about to be a problem for years to come in the company. That's one of the positive tweets. Lots of people saying she was buried. I tend to disagree, man. I think there's a great showing for Tiffany Stratton. Is it time? Is it time for her to go to main roster, buddy? Is it time for that call?
No, not yet.
Wow. Okay, go on.
She still needs to. Maybe I'm just thinking here off the cuff last second, but she was the champion. She needs to at least defend the championship a couple more times. She needs to run through that roster. Dominant showing. So this little step back. I think she still needs some time in the ring in NXT. I think she get lost in the shuffle going up to the main roster, especially with Jade Cargill coming in now. I think NXT is the right spot for her. She thinks she's doing good. I don't see how people think she got buried. I didn't want her to lose, but I don't think she got buried because she lost. Again, Seth Rollins went 0-3 against Cody Rhodes. Look where he is at now. He's number 1 PWI. So I don't think she got buried at all. I think she was just showing out. Like you said, a lot of new people tuned into NXT just for this match. So they could see what she is capable of, and she's only getting started. I think she needs a little more time in NXT, not only because she can't hang on the main roster. I think she needs more time in NXT to run through that roster. And like I said, the main roster is a little too crowded right now. Bide your time. Don't rush her and then have nothing to do with her. It'll be a waste.
Too crowded. Too crowded, you say, huh? I mean, did that match do nothing for you? The Tiffany Stratton and Becky Lynch, like, what? Assess her talent there based on that. Did she look like she was ready, or did she look like, oh, you need some more time, girl?
Oh, that's good. That's a fair question. I think she looked like she was ready. She held her own against Becky Lynch.
Right. That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
I mean, Becky Lynch is easily in the Mount Rushmore of women's wrestling. You know, hell of a competitor, Grand Slam champion, has done so much for women's wrestling in general. And Tiffany Stratton more than held her own. You know, it was a big-time match, especially in a smaller venue like NXT. I think Tiffany Stratton, I think she's ready, man. I think she's ready for that call up. I know you said it's overcrowded in the roster, but like, you know, I mean, you have 3 hours of Raw, you have SmackDown in 2 hours, possibly going on 3 with depending like whatever network picks them up next.
Don't make it 3. Please don't make it 3.
No, but there's been rumblings of that.
Don't.
You know, but like there's stuff for them to do, and especially, dude. Honestly, I'll say this about SmackDown. By the way, a little side note. That was probably the best SmackDown show I've seen in a long time. Like every single segment, I was emotionally invested in. It kind of reminded me back of the Attitude Era, where every single segment mattered. There was something going on there. It was not just like a thrown together storyline.
Yeah.
So it goes to show they're capable of doing that, the writers, and they can do that with Raw. And if they do that effectively, it's not just, again, it's not like back in the 90s, but back in the Attitude Era, they just referenced where it's just one woman segment. No, it's the best of the best fight. And Tiffany Stratton, I think she's earned that level to be one of the best of the best. Not for nothing, Rhea Ripley, when she lost the NXT Women's Championship to Charlotte Flair, that brought her new heights. I think this is the same type of rub.
Okay, fair enough. We'll see what happens. But either way, she's a phenomenal talent. I'm very happy that a lot more people are now seeing it. Because a lot of people don't watch NXT for some reason. But now they can see what people are doing down there in Orlando. And one of the byproducts is Tiffany Stratton. Good job for her.
Yeah, good job indeed, man. Like, yeah, I think this girl can be up there with Charlotte Flair. Some people have even compared her to Trish Stratus. Do you see that in her, buddy, at all?
No, not yet. I haven't seen that. I don't see where that comparison's even coming from. But okay, I'll keep an eye out.
Might be the blonde thing.
Maybe.
I don't know. Maybe
Pretty blonde,
it's that. But yeah, I mean, huge props to Tiffany Stratton. I think a future star. And man, WWE is leveling up, man. Especially with addition of Jade Cargill coming in. Hell of a roster, man. Hell of a roster. Let's go. But buddy, that's all I got here.
Let's go. You just talked how the WWE women's roster is shaping up quite nicely. What other organization's women's roster we always praise here on the show for the last now 8 seasons? Impact. Impact's knockout division is probably second to none, not only now, but for the entire 20+ years of this company. They've always focused on women. They've always put that to the highlight. This past week, Impact celebrated their 1,000th episode. A 2-hour show. They developed 35 minutes to the knockouts. The first 35 minutes of the show was knockouts coming back, setting up a match for next week. I don't see any other organization doing that in women's wrestling except Impact, something they do not get enough credit for. Please, even you don't have to watch Impact. Just check out the YouTubes. check out the clips. Impact's right now on another level. I think it's a matter of time. If they had the right TV deal, they could be on par with AEW. Check them out. I just wanted to give them little flowers here before we sign off. Any comments?
Not at all, man. I only ditto. That's it.
All right, Mark, any go-home thoughts for you?
Ain't go-home thoughts. I mean, the only thing that's been on my mind, really, is Aaron Rodgers. I'm sorry I closed out the same way that we started, but
Full circle.
Can the Jets just have something nice for once, please? This is just a bummer, man.
For who?
For who?
For who?
For all his Jet fans. For all his Jet fans. This is such a huge bummer,
The NFL,
man.
without Aaron Rodgers, we're at a loss. Aaron Rodgers elevates this game, this brand, this league. But when this happened, I just cannot stop laughing. Not at Aaron Rodgers. Not at Aaron Rodgers. Much love, quick recovery. Again, he'll be missed. It's just the expert camera work by ESPN to capture those Jet fans' faces throughout the crowd. My friend and I were talking about it, and I said, for you comic book Batman nerds, Batman Day coming up, this is that much what Ra's al Ghul feels like emerging from the Lazarus pit, energized. I'm just feeding off your faces, your pity, and this one guy on Instagram ran down the Jets' fucking schedule. Oh, this is a win. This is a win. We're going 18-0. We're going to the Super Bowl. That's like the smug, cocky arrogance. Are you annoying?
That's a dumb fan. That's a dumb fan. That's a dumb fan.
Yeah, it's those dumb fans that are just feeding me right now. Fuck you. You just can't help but laugh at that they're shattered faces. A good friend of mine's a Jet fan. I feel bad for him. He sucks. I feel bad for you. Your hopes. You deserve something. So maybe next year.
It's been over a decade. It's been over a decade of this.
So it's just
enough's enough.
It's not all Jet fans. It's just those annoying, smug, cocky Jet fans.
We have nothing to be smug about.
Exactly.
We have nothing to be cocky or arrogant.
I don't know. So where's this coming from? What do you think you're going to go 18-0?
That's a moron right there. They've not seen the schedule.
And those reaction videos of the Jet fans just reacting to it, like Mike Green, the video of Mike Greeny. Oh man, it was just can't help but laugh again. And props to the internet. Internet wins with the videos, the memes. Oh.
Poor Greeny. Poor Rich Eisen.
It was great. Wow.
Poor me.
And I didn't think that injury was that bad. I didn't see anything. And then he just got up. He was fine. And all of a sudden, he just decided to sit down because he realized what's happening. And then you see the video, the slow-mo of actually popping, his legs shaking. Wow, that was like, and you're standing back up. How is it not screaming in pain?
Right. I mean, there had to be adrenaline going on or something maybe. Because when Vinny Testaverde had his Achilles tear, he was not getting up at all. He was down on the ground, writhing in pain. Aaron Rodgers got up
and into a huddle. What's going on?
And went down.
Yeah.
Well, Kobe Bryant, he tore his Achilles, and he shot free his Achilles.
I don't know what's wrong with
me. Am I saying it wrong?
I don't know. Achilles. Okay.
I'm saying the same thing as you.
Are you? Okay.
Are you fucking with me again?
If you say so.
That's the ghost here.
Yeah. But yeah, so football season, man.
I wonder if the ghost is going to pop up on here again.
I'm sure he has many times.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, if you hear another voice on our show that's not me or Michael J. Putty, my place is haunted. Yeah. We have some confirmation here that there's another person involved.
And it usually be like you hear like the background, like a weird inaudible noise. But there was one time it was clearly audible, like said fuck you or something like that. So there's got to be some sort of interference. Maybe it's like a TV or a cell phone picking up either mine or yours, neighbors, TV or radio. It's like something's got to be interference here.
It's not
the inaudible, like the moans and groans or the laughing. Okay, maybe it's, but clearly when they're like fuck you, clearly how to be.
I didn't hear fuck you. I never heard that.
There was a clip where they clearly said some English words.
But there's been some other things that's happened here that is just you cannot explain. The blinds, like a hand going through the blinds, and there's no one there.
You didn't tell me that.
Yeah, there's been shit like that going on here. So my place is haunted. So, you catch me on a screen grab and put it up on the Twitterverse. Say, hey, this guy's got a haunted show called Ghost Hunters. I don't know if they're listening.
It was just great.
I'd love to have you over.
The first time I heard it, like, I've been doing podcasts for a long time, like, even before this show, and I never heard any noises before. And the first time I heard it, I sent it to you as a joke. Oh, I think you might be haunted. You're like, really? We've been thinking so. Can you send it to me? So I sent you the clips, and now that we record some clips, you were able to see like a little bulb or like a little orb go by. At the same
yeah,
timestamp. I'm like, oh shit.
And like, honestly, I don't think I told you this, but like before you sent the first clip, like my wife and I have had some things going on here where we're thinking, is this place haunted? We weren't too sure, and then this kind of cemented it.
Nuts. I told you about this video I saw. Somebody set up a camera in their kitchen and let it roll all night, and they saw a ghostly figure. Got to set up like a hidden camera somewhere.
No, I think that would freak me out, man. Like the housing market's nuts. I can't leave here yet. I can't live with my parents. I'll tell you that. I can't live with my in-laws. Love them to death, but
like,
not doing that right now either.
Could you move like units? Like, is there another unit you can go to, or say, hey?
No, for all I know, this whole place. For all I know, this whole place haunted. I live in Tarrytown, Sleepy Hollow area, dude. This whole area is like one of the biggest haunting lands in the world.
True.
So I don't know, man. Well, I might be here next week. I might be not. A ghost probably slit my throat. Anywho, I'm Mark Schwann. You can find me at yourfavoriteactor.com. You follow us on all forms of social media at Shot of Wrestling. Give us a like. Give us a follow. Let us know how we're doing. Hey, definitely rate us. That'd be awesome. Getting 5 stars would go a long way. But if you think we deserve it, we just want to hear from you. Let us know.
If the ghost was going to split your throat, 1, he would have done it already. And 2, I think if he was planning on slitting your throat, the events of Monday night, he suffered enough. He's suffering right now. He's suffering enough. And like,
yeah, they were about to do it, and they still went up like,
they started laughing themselves. And there was a funny. I mean, I guess we can laugh about it now. But there's a funny meme of Aaron Rodgers on the ground, and they go, "Oh man, the worst thing to happen to New York on September 11th."
No, that's not good. I didn't like that. I didn't like that.
You know? Oh, you got to make fun of it. You got to make fun of what's going on here. Anyway.
Yeah.
Fun time. Season premiere, season 8. Off to a banger, my friend. Nothing. Okay,
cheers to that. Cheers to that.
Drinking water.
I'm just still. Yeah, I'm drinking water because I have an early morning tomorrow.
Okay, you always do. For Mark Schwann.
It's called being a parent.
Yeah, so I guess I'm a parent too. I'm stressed. I'm anxiety. I'm running on fumes. I've been your host, Al Monkey Putty. Until next week, putty out.
Go find your child.
Go find your ghost.
Hey, baby, I hear the bell ringing, hip tosses and body slams. Oh, my. And maybe you seem a bit confused. Yeah, baby, but I got you pinned. Ha, 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 ha. But I don't know what to do when I see them with that golden case. They're cashing it in. Authority all in my face. What is a man to do? Good night, everybody.